What's going on, guys and gals? My name is Neko and welcome to a podcast, the Neko Podcast. Yeah, I don't know, I kind of just, stopped doing the Brony podcast because I don't know, I haven't done podcasts in a while, and frankly, I just don't care. But in this podcast, I'm going to be talking about things, as I always do, that I think are kind of important to me, in my opinion. I think that people need to know this shit. So sit back, relax, and enjoy listening to me talk for however long I decide to talk. It may be an hour, it might be 2 hours, I don't fucking know. It might be 2 seconds. But let's start out with gaming, because that, I think, is what everybody needs to know about. And one aspect in gaming I think is kind of stupid, kind of bullshit. And that's just how toxic some gamers are towards others because XYZ. But namely, the ones that are toxic because you own the wrong game console. I've seen it. Most likely you've seen it or heard it or had it happen to you, had it said to you. PC gaming is the master race. Anybody that plays console is a weak, pathetic lowlife, or something to that effect. You know, I think we've all had that aspect where, you know, people that are playing console look down on PC gaming, or PC gamers, and vice versa. And don't even get me started on people that play mobile games. Oh, they are an easy target for everybody. Console, handheld, PC gaming. Everyone hates mobile gaming, except me. I love games like Fire Emblem Heroes and Valkyrie Connect, and I'll play those all fucking day. But I digress. So, why are you this way? If you are one of those people that look down on people just because of their console type, like, why does it matter to you whether or not I play Xbox, or PlayStation, or PC, or DS, or whatever? What does it matter to you? Like, I don't care what kind of video games you play. I don't care if it's on console, handheld, mobile, PC. I don't care. You know, do whatever it is you want to do. I'm not going to knock you for it. I play everything. I play console, I play handheld, I play PC, I play mobile, you name it, I play it. You know, any console, anytime. I may have to emulate it, but I'll still play it. But, yeah, like, why do you do this? Gaming should be enjoyed by everybody. Whether that be you're a PC gamer, you're a console gamer, or you exclusively play DS. You know, I know some people that only play Nintendo DS. Nintendo DS, DSi, DSi XL, 3DS, 2DS, fuck DS, I don't know, wherever the fuck we're at right now, in the DS library. But I know people that play only DS. And that's fine. You know, more power to them. That doesn't make them any less of a gamer than those that play PC. It doesn't make them any less of a gamer than people that play console. So I say stop with the fucking hate. Stop looking down on people just because they play the wrong console to you. We're all gamers, okay? We are all united. And I have heard people say, oh, you play the Atari 2600. You're a worthless sack of shit. You don't appreciate gaming. Actually, if anybody truly appreciates gaming, it's me. Because if it weren't for the Atari 2600 and Magnavox Odyssey and shit like that, we probably wouldn't have the games of today. We wouldn't have all this high-tech, fancy PS4, PS5 shit. We wouldn't have the RTX 3090. We wouldn't have Linus Tech Tips talking about, you know, whatever topic he's talking about. So I think what we need to do is shut the fuck up, let people play whatever the fuck it is that they want to play. And I have seen this before. Around where I live, it's mostly Xbox gamers. I mean, when the Xbox 360 was big, everyone was telling me, oh, Xbox 360 is better than PlayStation, better than the Wii. You know, and the Xbox 360 is the only game console that you should be playing. If you play PlayStation or Nintendo, you're a weak pussy who can't do anything right. Play Xbox, bitch! You know, that's what was going on at school and at home, you know, when I was online and shit like that. You know, everyone was talking about how Xbox 360 is the only console you'll ever need. And the Xbox One came out and they said the same thing. They never talked about the PlayStation. They never talked about Nintendo. All they cared about was Xbox. And they think that the Xbox is this best thing ever. No, I mean, I love the Xbox 360. I love the Xbox One. I love the PS3, the PS4. If I had a PS5, I'm pretty sure I'd love that. Because I'm a gamer. I love every kind of video game. New, old, retro, you know. I'll play anything. I don't discriminate against people that play console or handheld. You know, I don't discriminate against people that play only console or only handheld, only mobile games. I welcome gamers of all kinds, you know. I don't care what race you are, what religion you are. I don't care what your sex is. I don't care if you're male, female. I don't even care if you are me and you identify as a Neko princess. I don't fucking care. I welcome everybody. Except the haters. Haters can go fuck off. Go. Shoot. Shoot. Get out of here. Don't make me sick Fluttershy on you. She knows what she's doing. But anyways, you know, yeah, just, you know, I never understood what this whole mentality is that the, you know, PC gaming is the only way to play video games. I mean, there's no reason why I can't play everything. Why I can't play console and handheld and PC and mobile and this and that. You know, there's no reason why I couldn't play certain games. So yeah. That's just my thoughts on it, and honestly, play whatever the fuck you want. And if you are one of those, you know, Xbox elitists or PC gaming elitists, just stop. You know, I don't care about what you have to say. And honestly, okay, so I'm going to tell you a little story. So I went to, while I was at work, you know, on, I guess, technically business, we were at a hotel, and close by was an antique mall. I love those places, because a lot of the antique malls have video games. You know, PS2, PS3, PS1, that sort of thing. You know, old school games, some modern, but mostly old school, like Atari, Sega. So I went there, I got a decent amount of games. I was like, okay, I'll buy your PS2 games, I'll buy some PS1, you know, NES. So as I was walking out, someone stopped me and was like, oh, you're a gamer. Yeah, I am. And he's talking about how I can modify, you know, my PS4, PS3 to homebrew, so I don't need to buy NES games, or SNES games, and he was talking about how, you know, PC can do the same thing. You don't even really need console, you just need a computer. Yeah, I know that. And, you know, he was trying to convert me. He was fucking trying. I will give him that. I will give him an E for effort. You know, he was trying. And yeah, that is true. You know, PC gaming is good because you got emulation and you have, you know, modern games. Basically, you can play at almost everything on a computer. But at the same time, I am better off playing, you know, video games on the original hardware. Like, for me, there's nothing, I repeat, nothing that can beat playing Mario Kart Double Dash on an original GameCube or Wii with an actual controller in my hand. Like an actual GameCube controller. Not playing with an Xbox One controller or Xbox 360 controller on Dolphin. Like, yeah, I love doing that, but there's nothing that beats playing the original game on the original hardware. it's so much better and so much more awesome, I'd say, in my opinion. So sometimes PC gaming isn't the way to go. There are just some itches that cannot be scratched by PC gaming. And, some nostalgia that can't be completely satisfied with, PC gaming. Unless you explicitly remember playing, Mario Kart Double Dash on a computer via emulation. But, yeah, I mean, moral of this story, play however the fuck you want. Don't let anybody tell you what to play, what not to play. I mean, it's fine if you give recommendations like, oh yeah, I recommend you play The Legend of Zelda, or Call of Duty, or Doom, or something like that. I highly recommend you play these games, But don't be an ass about it. Don't be a complete asshole saying, oh yeah, well, you should only be playing Call of Duty because that's a real man's game, and if you don't play Call of Duty, you're a pussy, whatever. If you play on console, you're weak, don't be that way. That's not at all how this shit should work, I mean, I don't like those guys. I really hate them. Honestly, I fucking hate, video game elitists that's like, only PC gaming shall be the true one. Anybody that plays anything else is go die. Or same with console. I've seen some people that way with console. Oh, if you play PC gaming or handheld, you're weak. Console all the way. Like, no. Be open-minded. Play everything. That's my recommendation. Don't be stuck in a tiny bubble playing, certain games or a certain console. Because, there's a lot of games out there. Literally thousands to choose from. I have a lot of games in my library, physically. And, I don't even have a tiny percent of that. I don't even have 1% of the entire video game library. There's so many games to choose from. Video games are always being made. And, yeah. So, my recommendation, give it a go. Play everything that you can. Life is too short for playing Call of Duty only. But yeah, my recommendation, just play everything that you can. Video games are awesome. And you might find your next favorite game, next favorite genre, even. So yeah, anyways, speaking of people like that kind of piss me off, it's kind of a small segment, whatever, I don't know how you I don't even know what I'm doing! But it's kind of like a small segue to, our next topic. Why do people hate? Like, I've seen some people hate because you play the wrong console or wrong video game at the wrong time or wrong video game in general. Oh, you play Call of Duty? You're awesome. Oh, you play Fortnite. Oh, fuck you. That Fortnite's stupid. That shit is the worst game ever. Die in a hole, you fucking idiot. Like, why? Just because I play Fortnite? What is wrong with you? Like, I like that game. I don't play it a whole bunch, but I like that game. And it's the same thing with all the other games that I played. Now, it's not just with gaming that I've experienced a lot of hate. Some, like, my earliest videos that I've done, looking back at some of the videos I've done throughout the years here on YouTube, cringy as fuck. But, looking back, I had a whole bunch of hate comments when I first started YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you, you fucking retard, I don't care, blah, 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 I was starting shit with everybody, when I was younger. But it kind of made me wonder why. Why do people hate in general? Like, okay, a prime example of this is okay. So for those of you that don't know, I'm gender fluid / non-binary, which basically means I have no gender. Sure, I'm a male. You know, I have a penis. Okay, I got balls. I got balls of steel, just like Duke Nukem. But you know, I have no gender. Like, one day I can be as manly as Arnold Schwarzenegger mixed with Sylvester Stallone, and then the next day I can be the most feminine female that ever femaled, okay? You know, like, if you go on my Facebook, and I think I may or may not have posted some things on my fucking Twitter or my Instagram, I cosplay as Princess Peach quite a decent amount. I'll even go outside, you know, I'll go out in public wearing a dress and things like that, because I don't care. And honestly, you know, some parts are worse than others, you know, some parts of towns and states and cities and even countries are worse than others. Like, where I'm at, you know, I don't know, like, there's a balance. Like, there's a lot of people that don't really care. They're just like, yeah, you do you. But there's a lot of other people that hate me for it. Oh, you're a faggot because you're wearing a dress and you're a guy. Guys don't wear dresses. Yeah, fuck you too, you piece of shit. I really don't care what you have to say. If it's nothing positive, I really don't care. And I've had someone threaten to shoot me, you know, before, because of that. It was a while ago. It was like a few months ago. I was on Facebook. I was showing pictures of me wearing a dress and what, you know, like I usually do. And then some random person just DM'd me on Messenger. I blocked the person, reported the account, whatever, so they're no longer on Facebook, I don't think. Assuming Facebook actually does the right thing for once in their damn lives. But anyway, so, you know, they're like, oh, listen here, you little faggot, you shouldn't be wearing dresses because that's not manly. I'm gonna fucking shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you with a rocket launcher just to make sure you're fucking dead because your kind doesn't deserve to exist. And I'm saying word for word what this guy was saying. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I blocked him. I didn't even respond. That must have really pissed him off because, yeah, one of my other friends was talking and saying, "Oh, did you hear about what this guy has to say?" I said, "Yeah, I blocked him. No big deal. I really don't care." And honestly, that's the thing. If somebody is going to shoot me because I'm different than other people, I don't care. Bring on the bullets, you know? If I'm gonna die, I'm dying being who I am. I'm not backing down from this. You know, that's how this works. And I've heard a lot of people talk shit about me, you know, and that's fine. I mean, you have your opinion, I have mine. Yeah, your opinion is wrong, but you still have an opinion, so, I mean, I guess there's that. But, yeah, I mean, why do people do that? Why do people hate on other people just because they like something that's different, or they like being something different? You know, like, it doesn't matter if I go out wearing a dress or not. It really doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter that I like My Little Pony. It doesn't matter that, you know, I do things that aren't really considered manly or normal. Like, I'm not normal in the fucking slightest. I don't know if you've noticed this, but throughout the videos that I've done, the posts I've made on Facebook, the shit I've done on Twitter and Instagram, you should know by now that I am far from normal. I am as far from normal as humanly possible. I'm a cat, bitch. Yeah. But yeah, like, I just don't get why people hate. I mean, what, do they really have anything better to do with their lives? I mean, if you think about it, maybe not. If they're taking time out of their lives to fuck with you, I think Rob Zombie said something similar. It's like he said something to the effect of, I don't give a shit what other people think because I'm gonna be me. No matter what, and anybody that doesn't like that can go fuck themselves. I mean, think about it. I mean, people find you so interesting that they're willing to take the time out of their day or their life to hate on you for basically no reason. And honestly, that's true. I mean, Rob Zombie pretty much has that fucking point. And I think we should all be like him. Not give a shit what anyone thinks about us. I mean, I know I don't. I mean, like I said, I'm open to anything. If anybody wants to shoot me or kill me because I'm different, do it. I don't care. If you're fine with me being who I am, that's great. That's cool. Because there's only one of me. There's not a clone of me walking around being different than me. I mean, maybe in some alternate universe or different dimension or something like that, there's probably another version of me. Let's talk about that for a second. That's kind of another seg. Fuck! That's kind of Alright. So, that kind of topic is kind of done. Moral of this story, don't be an asshole, okay? Let people be who they want to be. If they want to be, a guy wearing a dress, let them do it. If they want to play certain video games, let them do it. If they want to be the most insane person ever, like, if they're not hurting you at all, if they're not hurting themselves or you, let them do it. I mean, I don't hurt anybody. Or at least I don't try to. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not... I leave people to their own devices. I let them do whatever the fuck they want. As long as they let me do whatever the fuck I want. And I'm not hurting anybody. I don't hurt people. I don't hurt anything. I'm just being myself. I'm doing whatever it is I need to do. And if I'm gonna be feminine as fuck, I'm gonna be feminine as fuck. Nothing you can say or do to stop me from being who I am. But let's kind of stop talking about that. And let's talk about what I was talking about earlier, like a minute or two ago, about different dimensions and timelines and shit. So, imagine what would happen if, you died. You died right here, right now, listening to me talk. I mean, I know a lot of people probably would because they can't stand my voice. Trust me, I can't stand it either, so join the fucking club. But, imagine you died. And then you went to... when you died, you didn't go to heaven or hell or anything like that. You just went to a place much similar to here, to where you were just at a few moments ago. You walk around for a little bit and you notice you see someone exactly just like you. Same clothes, same voice, same everything, except there's a difference. Now, that difference could be major or minor, depending on what the timeline or universe could be. There's a theory that there is an infinite amount of universes out there. So, in theory, there is an infinite amount of you. For example, you could be a nobody. You could have no fame, no fortune, whatever. You could be living in the streets, being poor and homeless and whatever, in, this dimension. But in the other dimension that you just crossed over to, you are the most successful person in the world. you have the most amount of money, you have the most amount of fame, you have 15 mansions with Ferraris and Lamborghinis aplenty. Everybody knows who you are, loves whatever it is that you do, signing contracts and getting everything you've always wanted. And that's only in that other dimensional timeline, a different dimension, different version of yourself. Or it could be something simple, like something tiny, microscopic that you may or may not notice at first, but it's there. Maybe subtle, but it's there. For example, you, again, take, for example, all the people that you've known throughout your whole life. Everybody that you've talked to. Maybe you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or husband, wife, or something like that. Let's say you have one of those. And in this world. But you go into the other dimension. And you realize that the other version of yourself doesn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Or doesn't know a certain person that you do. It's a different timeline. Different dimension from what we're all used to in this world. And honestly, I think when we die, multiple things could happen. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in heaven. I don't believe in hell. What I think happens when we die. When we die, I think we go into, one of two things. One, we go to a different timeline, a different dimension. And we meet up with ourself from that timeline, and then we become that person. What if we become that person from that timeline when we die? Our soul just flies out of our body into this world, goes all the way into a different dimension, and lands inside of our other self from another dimension. Now, can we pick and choose which dimension we want to go to? Maybe. Otherwise, we'll have to go with the flow, I think when we die, we have a lot more freedom than we do when we're alive. See, another theory I have is when we die, death, sleeping, death is basically eternal sleep. You sleep for all eternity. And when you sleep, you dream. Well, a lot of times you do. So you could, in theory, dream of a better life through death. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, going back to what I was talking about with the fame and fortune sort of thing. Like, in my case, I'm a useless nobody that can't do anything right. I can't do shit. I'm a piece of shit, I'm worthless, I'm useless, I'm whatever. I am just nothing. But, if I were to die right now, I wouldn't be that way. Because I would be dreaming of a better life through death. I would have everything I've always wanted. I would have a lot of fame and fortune on YouTube. There would be no COVID. I would have a girlfriend, and honestly, that girlfriend / waifu would be Monica, right? See, I think y'all know how obsessed I am with Monica, Yeah. I would have probably the most perfect life in death. And maybe that's what all death is. Death is endless opportunity that everybody can achieve whatever they want at any point in time. Sort of like a hub world, I guess, where you get to pick and choose what you want. And this world is nothing more than a simulation anyway. So, in my opinion, this world is a simulation. So when we die, we leave this simulation behind. Now, how are we going to do that? I don't know. Maybe we go out through a portal. Maybe we do something else. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities for, this simulation and how it ends. Like, honestly, this simulation still goes on. But we won't be a part of that simulation anymore when we die. Now, what if, hypothetically, you're like PewDiePie or Markiplier. You have all this fame, you have all this fortune, wealth, you have a girlfriend, you got a wife in the case of PewDiePie. You have all these things that you've always wanted, right? What do you do when you die? I don't know. I mean, you could continue where you left off when you were alive. You could still have all this fame. You could still have all this fortune. You could still have, a girlfriend or a wife or a boyfriend, husband, whatever you prefer. You could have it all when you die. Because honestly, I don't really see potential for life outside of death. You know what I'm saying? Like, being here right now, I don't see anything. I don't see the point in continuing on any further. When I could be dead and just, going on and just living my life through death. So, honestly, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys and gals think about this whole theory that there's different dimensions, and when we die, we leave this simulation and sleep for all eternity, dreaming of a better life through death? Like, what do you guys and gals think? I mean, I think that's a plausible theory. No one really knows for sure what's out there. No one knows what happens when we die. Some people say they've experienced death, which, I mean, if you have, that's great, that's cool. I'd like to know what your experiences, was, what you've seen in death. I've heard some people say it's just a black void of nothingness. They can't hear or see anything because, it's dark and empty and dead, but they're still aware of their surroundings. I've heard some people say they could see themselves in that same room that they died in, that same place that they died in. I've heard some people say, that they, if they're really religious, they went to heaven. They saw people that they loved and they still do love that have passed on a long time ago. I've heard some people say they went to hell. I've heard some people say this. I've heard some people say that. There's a lot of theories that happen about death and what happens. Honestly, I think, I'm just going to stick with my theory in that, I'm not religious. I don't believe in anything, I don't believe in God or anything like that. And honestly, I believe that there are ghosts. I've seen some ghosts. I've seen things. But yeah, I kind of believe that when we die, it's all eternal sleep, so we can just dream of a better life through death that we never had while we were alive, or never had the chance to do while we were alive. So, yeah. In addition to all this, I kind of think that's going to be it for this video, but I'm going to leave you off with a few projects, I guess, that I'll be doing, like future video ideas I have, and live stream ideas too. So the live streams I've been planning on doing is Doom Eternal. I've already done the major update for Doom Eternal with Horde mode, but I still haven't done Doom Eternal's battle mode or the new master levels that came out. So that's fine. I'll do those. I'll get to those. I was thinking about doing a live stream of more Minecraft stuff. I could always continue doing random games. I still gotta do that Dark Souls video. I was planning on playing Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 in one video. Oh god. But I've been lazy. I don't really feel like installing Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. I probably already have 3 on there. Just not 1 and 2. So I played Dark Souls 3 before I did 1 and 2. I haven't even played 1 or 2 either. So. I don't know. What do you guys and gals want me to do? I could play some Assassin's Creed 3. I could play some Grand Theft Auto 5. I haven't played that in a while. I could play some Xbox 360 games I haven't played yet. I mean, I could just play some old PC games I haven't played yet. There's a lot of things I could do involving video games. Now, what about things that don't involve video games? I don't know. I don't really know. Like, all I really know how to do is play video games. Aside from that, I can't really think of anything entertaining. I mean, I guess buying things at Goodwill or Walmart, GameStop is fine. But I don't really have that kind of money to constantly keep doing that. So, 99-cent games are good, but I can only buy so many 99-cent video games until I have all of them. All the 99-cent games I could possibly buy at GameStop, or Goodwill. But, I don't know. I could just, put on clothes. That may sound random, oh shit, he's fucking naked, get the hell out of here. But, I could try wearing some of the clothes that I have and, modeling, I guess. I have a lot of cool shirts and stuff and dresses that you guys and gals should probably see, in one video. I have what you would say a very unique fashion sense that may confuse people, but meh. Anyways, guys and gals, that's gonna be it for this podcast. Like I said, I have some topics that I feel need to be talked about, need to be addressed, and my thoughts on it all, and how important I think some of these things are. So yeah, let me know what you guys and gals think about the whole thing. Let me know what your thoughts are on the topics I've discussed, or if there's anything you want me to discuss in a future podcast. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon and stuff like that, and also follow me on Twitch. Because, I know I fucked up my outro, and that's not really my outro, but I'm taking it a bit easy. Because, I don't care. I got videos to do. Honestly, it's just whatever, So yeah, but I will do this. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, people. And brohoof. Mew. Mew, 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 mew. Mew, 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 mew. Mew. Yeah, mew.